Well, good news. I went to the DMV this morning and we tagged the tempo, made her all legal. Now I just gotta make some space in the shop so I can bring it in and mess with it a little bit. Basically, I'm gonna clean it out, put the tags on, and check the oil. Of course, I would do that outside if it wasn't 150,000 degrees every single day. Plus, I need to check the tire pressure, stuff like that. So, might as well bring it inside. I've got the space. I hooked up my my clamp tripod so that I could move things around a little easier. The big tripod, you can only fit in so many spots. So, move all this stuff out of the way. Everybody's got to move the giant fiberglass pterodactyl out of their way at the shop before they start working, right? This is another thing we're going to be doing in a video, is taking this thing back to Dinosaur Land and working on some of the sculptures over there, because I've got a lot to do over there, and with the weather, I have not been over there. If it's not hot, it's raining. So when it's hot, it's very humid because everything's damp. And I don't know anybody that likes humidity. I certainly do not. I also picked up a couple gallons of gas in my gas jug. You guys can't see anything. Point up, camera. A couple of gallons of gas in my gas jug because this thing was reading on empty. And I don't want to run out of gas. That would be embarrassing. Oh, it's ugly hot in here. Ugly hot. It's been sitting in this exact spot since the last video, and it fired right up, so there's no draw on the battery. That the e-brakes, the brakes stick a little bit. I'll have to grease the e-brake, I guess. Not a problem. Why didn't my seatbelt go back? Oh, because my door's still open. Sorry, I'm new to the world. Nice to meet you. So the e-brake sticks a bit. I'll have to crawl underneath there and see if I can see it. Oof. Come with me, and you'll see a world of pure imagination. Looks pretty good, though. It's got the squeaky belt, but it's probably just an old belt. I want to get a timing set with a water pump, and I want to get a new, I want to get a new air conditioning compressor, because that one, when you turn it on, it sounds like marbles, and I don't want the bearing to lock up, you know, on a road trip or something. That would be terrible. These Fords, they've got that key lock on the bottom of the column. You got to push the button in to pull the key out. I always forget. All right, let's get to the fun. We're just going to jump right to cleaning this out, throwing the tags on, and checking the oil to make sure it's fairly fresh. One thing that concerns me is there's about 7,000 water jugs in this car, so this guy must have been really thirsty. Okay, I've switched over to the mini tripod so that we can start cleaning this thing out together. I should put on gloves. Yeah, I'm going to put on gloves. There's a tissue in there. I hope it's not used. So I need to make a 90s playlist for this car. Somebody made me a good rockabilly playlist for my my Plymouth. Can't remember who that was, but they linked it to me. I'll have to find it. So we need a 90s. We need a 90s playlist, but do we do like grunge? Do we do like Sonic Youth, Garbage, stuff like that? Pet? Or do we do like more pop 90s stuff? That's the tough part. Let's see, did we win? No, I don't think we won on our lottery tickets here. Hey! Golf balls. They can stay, I guess. Some fabric softener, a sheets card, ink pens. Let me get you guys over in here. I can do that with my cell phone. I'm overcome with hunger all of a sudden. I'm gonna have to go home and watch Free Willy on VHS after I get home in this thing. We're just gonna have to live full 90s. Free Willy, Homeward Bound, that Dennis the Menace live action movie that they made. That's a super Sharpie. I have to edit some of this out. There's a little personal information in here. It's quite warm. Let me take a break. I had to take a break for a minute there. I just was not feeling good all of a sudden. I don't know what it was. I think I was getting overheated. The heat in the car was a little intense, and being outside earlier, it just zapped me, I think. Made me feel not very good. I'm all right now, though. Hey, we got some service records here. Got an oil change. Let's see. Wiper blades. Power steering fluid. Everything was checked and okay. We'll keep that as a service record. I don't have a clue what that is, but I don't want it. Old registration, I don't need that. Pair of shades. More registration, I don't need that. I got my own, thank you. What is this, the owner's manual? Yeah, warranty authorization card. Tell your technician. Dallas. Okay, this came from West Virginia, I think. Is that 301? Or is that 304? I think that's 304. This guy bought it brand new. Dallas. Eichelberger, it looks like. I got your car, buddy. He bought it brand new in '94. Very cool. Well, Dallas, we will keep this here. Okay, it came from Maryland. 301's Maryland. I should know that. This car was bought at a Ford Subaru dealership. The Frederick Motor Company. You think that's still around? It's not too far from here. Yeah, Frederick, Maryland's not that far. If it's still around, we'll take the Tempo up there one day. That'll be fun. We got the owner guide and the maintenance schedule. Very cool. I'll show you guys this stuff here in a second. We'll keep this out for now. This stuff is all Oh, it's a little mini vacuum. That's the tip of that little vac. Okay, that's what that was. That's cool. We'll keep that in there as maintenance records. We'll go ahead and put the busted air conditioning switch in here. I might need it for parts if I ever do get another air conditioning switch. Eventually I'll put it in a Ziploc baggie in the trunk, but for now I'll throw it in there. Whew. That's that really. That's that really. I'll show you guys this manual real quick. We'll do it with the old cell phone. I probably wouldn't be doxing the guy. I don't know. His information's old. Alright, cell phone cam activate. Cell phone cam activated. So, here's our warranty card. The guy's information's behind here. Let me look at it again, make sure it doesn't have his address or anything on it. Actually, that's just the card for the, that's the card for the dealership. We'll check them out, see if they're still around. If they are, we'll take the car up there. Oh, that's right, it's got his name on here. Let me just, yeah, it's got his old phone number on there. There we go. Bought it new in '94. Very cool. And we've got the owner guide. Hey, look, it's got the seat belts in it. Probably tells you how to maybe turn them off. The maintenance schedule. Oh, it's been filled out a little bit. Very cool. Very cool. So that's that. We're gonna definitely check that out. We're gonna Google this dealership. Like I said, Frederick, Maryland's maybe 45 minutes up the road, an hour max. So we'll definitely check it out and see if it's still there. If it's still there, we'll take the Tempo and park out front. It'll be fun. Put this back. That's a little concerning considering there's water bottles and a coolant bottle. I'm not gonna lie. That's really about it. Just some rocks and some cigarette ashes in here, but nothing that is egregiously offensive. Let's pop the trunk and throw anything that's in the trunk out. Yeah, we don't need all this. Hang on. More water jugs. A lot of water jugs. I'm hoping this guy was just really thirsty. But I think we'll take out like the shocks and this box of parts and bits. We got, are these new spark plugs? We got plugs and wires, it looks like. Air filter. We've got some brake pads. Let's see if these are new. It's about due for this, but I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, they're brand new plugs. Brand new plugs and wires. We'll take this stuff out. We'll do this stuff tomorrow probably. Some Calagna. No, we don't want that cologne. But Don't need that yet. I probably will do them though if I pull the whole front end apart, inner wheel well and everything out to do the timing chain and whatnot. Somebody was going to love this car. I like it. The heat. The heat is radiating off this big metal garage door. It's like standing in front of a heater. Should have backed the car in maybe. There we go. A wire hanger. Man, there's some guys online that love those wire hangers for welding. More water jugs. Man, I hope he was just really thirsty. I'd imagine he wouldn't be getting spring water for filling up the car, but if they're just leftover jugs, you never really know. A little gas jug is about swollen. Surprised it didn't explode. Some cardboard. The top of a tote. A little bit of Earl there to top her off. A sock. It came with chopsticks though, so I'm good there. I didn't have to touch the sock. Some Little Caesars chili pepper. A hat. Dare I? No, it smells like sweat. Pizza, pizza. I always loved Little Caesars because that was the pizza in the 90s. Little Caesars was the pizza in the 90s that my dad always got because it was the cheapest pizza. There we go. Pull the carpet back and got the date stamp of 1993. We've got a spare in there. We got a jack handle. We've got the jack. We've got the spare. Do we have the tire iron? It appears that we do. All right. So I have to get new tires on this. The ones that are on it are a little bald. This might be the original. Who knows? But I want to test drive it before I go spending money on tires and oil changes and all that. So I'm happy with this. Let's go ahead and get the tag slapped on it. We'll check the oil and I think we'll get out of here. Put some gas in it. The lady at the DMV this morning was very nice. Older lady. She was very sweet. She gave me zero trouble, which I usually don't have any trouble at the DMV anyway, if I'm being honest. I've always had good luck at the DMV. I like to schmooze the ladies that work there anyway. Oil. We're actually good. It's on full. We didn't let this run very long. Let's check the radiator. I can't see anything in it. The overflow. The overflow's not empty. That's a good sign. I let this thing run the other day for accidentally probably 45 minutes to an hour. And when I got outside, it was barely idling. It was spitting. You could see the muffler underneath the car vibrating. Oh man, I was so worried. Hang on one second. Let me pop this over here. I was so worried that it was overheating. And I got in it and I went to rev it. I was like, maybe it's just loading up somehow, you know, and I got to rev it and it died. And I was like, oh man. I started it again, went to rev it, died. Started again, died. Then it got to the point where it wouldn't start. I finally got it to start again, went to rev it, died, but everything died. Everything in the dash died. I lost all power. And I remembered the guy told me that the hot cable on the battery has issues. So I came out here, cleaned up the hot cable, reclamped it all down, hit it with some vinegar. It's been fine since, so I think we're going to be okay. And if we're not, I've got friends with trailers and rollbacks and things like that. So, see if I got any water around here. I'm gonna get some water and just see if this thing takes anything. Fortunately, I had a water jug after all. Who would have thought? Well, doesn't seem to really take any. No, it doesn't really want to take any. Okay, we should be fine then. All right, let's put a little bit of gas in this thing. And we'll see if everything works. Probably got like 3 or 4 gallons of gas here. 2, maybe. We'll fill it up with premium when we get a chance, just to burn some good fresh fuel through it. Like I said, we'll run it today and we'll see how it acts, and then we'll come in tomorrow. We'll change the oil, the plugs, wires. I've got to run the tires over to my buddy's shop, the wheels over rather, get some tires put on it. So we'll see how it does. This is its test run. I think that's it. I think we're ready to hit the road. Yeah, let's do it. We have to properly christen the grandma car. And if you're wondering if I just happen to have a bunch of Garfield air fresheners, yes, I do. So one thing I absolutely had to have was air conditioning, and the switch was busted up, so I figured out that these are power. This trips the compressor, and then this turns on the blower motor. So I have AC now. I just don't have a switch for it, but it works. I'm gonna make my own little panel probably for that. There's definitely a coolant leak somewhere. I don't know if the upper radiator hose is leaking or if the radiator's leaking and blowing back into the fan. So I 100% have a radiator leak. I think the radiator is leaking on the tank, maybe. It looks like it's coming out of the fan and blowing back onto the engine block. So my system's not going to pressurize properly. But I'm going to still take it for a drive. Because why not? We'll see how bad it leaks. I might be willing to put some bars leak in this. I typically don't put it in anything, but we'll see. We're just gonna take it for a little test drive. But that is unfortunate that we've got a coolant leak. Something underneath this. That is unfortunate. AC feels good though. I'll just watch the temperature gauge. Oof. Oof. We'll see if it gets hot. It didn't get hot the other day when it was just sitting and idling for like an hour. But, oof. We'll see if we lose any coolant. It's worth a shot. It's worth finding out, you know. I didn't check the tire pressure, I forgot. We are out on the main road. Man, we're already doing 45 in second gear. This thing's a little peppier than I expected. Shift's nice. Clutch feels good. Like I said, AC's cold. Is that fourth? I think that was fourth. Oh man, we're doing 60 and a 55. It wants me to shift. All right, I'll shift. It wanted me to go to overdrive. I was in fourth running it. This thing drives nice. Have to order a radiator for it. I wonder if anybody makes an aluminum radiator for this thing. I think that guy liked my car. He's in a little Honda. I have to figure out the shift pattern. I think I probably would want to go to second. Yeah. Oh, nah, third probably would have done her. We're going to take some back roads. Steering wheel feels gross. I read online that you could rub them down with, what is it? What are those? Dryer sheets. And that'll take the stickiness away. To try when I get home. The shift light wants you to shift like boom, 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 but the car doesn't really call for that. We're doing 50 easily. We're in fourth gear. This thing drives really nice. I am bummed about that radiator, but like I said, we'll top it off. I'll get a radiator for it. I'm not worried about it. I got used to that clutch. So far, so good. I like this little car. So I was vaguely seeing online that I guess Tempo or Ford lost a lot of money on these Topazes and Tempos. I guess they produced too many, something like that. I don't know. And they couldn't really sell them. Steering's got a little bit of play in it on these back roads, a little wobble back and forth, but it's still pretty tight. You know, and I'm used to driving that clunky old truck of mine. It wants me to go down to third, I can feel it. Yeah, there we go, come on now. All right, we're in fourth. Temperature is just above cold. We've only been running for 5 minutes down the road, but if you have major overheating issues, you usually find out pretty quick. Especially when you let it sit and run. That's what I usually do. When I get a newer car, like even an old car, and I'm trying to see if it's going to be a good driver, I'll let it sit and idle in the driveway for 45 minutes. So far, so good. I'm a little bummed that I'm going to have to order a radiator this soon, but we'll see how quick we can get one and get it done. I want to take this thing for a nice road trip. Today's not going to be the day if the radiator's leaking. I really don't want to dump a bunch of stop leak into the cooling system. I don't like that stuff. I don't trust that stuff. It clogs up heater cores. You know, I don't like that quick fix stuff. Crack an egg in it, maybe. That does work, by the way, cracking an egg. When I get closer to my house, I'll get some beauty shots. I think we can go ahead and wrap this up now. Well, hang on, let's do a little pull. Ah, there's a car coming. 30, second gear. 40, third gear. There's a truck coming, so I don't want to be too crazy on this road. I don't want to be rude. 45, 50. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna keep up with traffic just fine. I think we're gonna wrap this part up though. I'll make it the rest of the way home. If anything explodes, I'll let you know. When we get around this is a sharp corner. I don't want to be reaching for my camera to turn it off. Going around this blind corner. All right. Yes, I'm still wearing the ladies' sunglasses. I got an oil filter and oil from O'Reilly's, and I just topped it off with premium. It took 11 gallons, so I'm assuming it's a 12-gallon tank. But I'll have to verify. It's not overheating. I thought the water pump was leaking because I pulled over and there was just water pouring out from underneath the thing. And it was just the air conditioning condensation. It was just a lot, I guess, because it's so hot out. And then the evaporator is right there behind the, like beside the water pump, beside all the heat. So I definitely think I need a radiator. It's not spraying anywhere, it's just dribbling from somewhere. So I asked O'Reilly's about a radiator, and it was like $160. And there's just no way, man. They wanted $250 for a radiator for my Dodge Ram, and I can get it with free shipping on eBay for $75. So I can't. I don't want to dump that kind of money in a radiator on this thing. If I had to rate the car a 1 out of 10, I would give it a 12 because it's been a joy to drive. I'm thrilled with this car. Absolutely thrilled with this car. What a hoot. What a hoot. I love it. I'm in a great mood right now. Rejuvenated, making content on YouTube. Everything's just good. Everything's good. I appreciate you guys watching this tempo and the tempo videos. It made me feel so rejuvenated because it's a car that I have a personal affection for. And to hear everybody's story, you know, about their moms having one or guys having them in college and just beating them to death. You know, one guy said that his dad wouldn't let him get a new car until they killed the tempo, and then they just absolutely could not kill the tempo. Love it. I just don't. The kid at the parts store said I'm the first person to ever come in there and look for tempo parts. That's wild to me. Where'd they all go? Anyway, we're going to let this thing rest in the driveway for a bit, and then we'll be back at it. First drive home successful. Temperature gauge, actually I'll show you. AC blew cold the whole time. My jumper wires aren't hot. I was worried that a lot of amperage would run through here, but these aren't warm at all, so I can just put switches on those. There's my temperature gauge, no problems there. Fuel gauge works, which is important to me. I'm happy. I'm happy. All right, so it is the Tuesday morning. This video will probably be up today. We are zipping back to the shop. I ordered tires, a radiator, something else. Oh, the trunk lock. It's all busted up. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get any mechanical stuff done today since it ended up needing, you know, a radiator. I feel like I should just tear it all apart and do it all at once. But I think this is a good first test drive video. The next video, I do feel a little bit of a miss, so I think it definitely needs those plugs and wires. When it warms up, it runs better. So we'll do the tune-up, the tires, and the radiator Truck flashed his headlights. Must be a cop up here. I don't want him to catch me in my speed demon. But, yeah, we'll do. Nope. Nope. It's a jackknife truck. Okay, so we are going to go around this guy and go the other way. That truck right there has messed up. All right. Well, we're going the other way to the shop then. Okay, there's a state trooper right there. He'll get him out. He'll get him out of the road. All right. Made it back to the shop. Oh my goodness. We got to fix that too. There we go. We got our parts on order. And we will wrap up the mechanical stuff next week. I was hoping to do it this week, but there's just not enough time. I think we got a good test drive video out of this thing. So I think next week what we'll do is a Top Gear style episode, a little road trip. We'll go over some facts about the car. We'll go over some facts about where we're going. I've got a destination chosen. It is a very mountainous drive, but it's a unique drive. If you don't live in my exact area, you probably haven't heard of it or seen where we're going to go. So tune into that next week. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to it, actually. I wanted to do it this week, but the car is just, with the radiator and the tires, it's just not ready yet. But we'll get there next week. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.